So powerlifting is supposed to be all about lifting more weight, but counterintuitively, training with less weight can be better. And I don't just mean submaximal training, which has its perks. I mean using self-limiting variations. These are variations of the main lifts, squat, bench, and deadlift, that are less taxing on the body. For example, high bar squats to work a squat pattern and your quads while not working as much posterior chain as the low bar squat. Since high bar is less taxing, you should be able to do more squat work than you could if you just did low bar. And you can also do more deadlift work since your posterior chain isn't as fatigued. The end result is just more workload being done, more stimulus, and thus more gains. Now let's talk about the details. First off, what is a self-limiting variation? Again, it's something that leads to less taxing work on the body and thus usually less weight lifted. Sometimes, in rare cases, you will end up doing more weight, for example, a block pull on deadlifts or other variations that end up limiting the range of motion. Now keep in mind that not every variation that forces us to use less weight is going to be a self-limiting variation. For example, eccentric work forces us to use less weight because of the difficulty of the eccentric, but eccentrics are still fatiguing us, arguably more. Eccentrics, and those that are not well acclimated to them, are harder to recover from. Another example could be close grip bench press. If you take a grip that is closer than your strongest grip, we're just decreasing our mechanical advantage. That's why we're lifting less weight. Our muscles are working just as hard. Arguably, they're working harder because they have a longer joint range of motion with close grip. So keep this in mind. The point isn't that we're lifting less weight, it's that our body isn't being as taxed by the work. Next, how much of your work should be with self-limiting variations? Well, it's going to depend on the exercise. Something like high bar squats, as long as you cue it similar to your low bar, you can get away with doing a lot of volume with, because it will transfer over quite well. You could even go as far as doing the majority or all of your work high bar. I did this myself and made great gains. It's something I got from Chad Wesley Smith, a man who squatted nearly 1,000 pounds raw in competition. Now, for less specific variations, we're not going to want to do as much work with them. Take, for example, a Larsen press. You won't get to practice the technical aspect of leg drive in your bench, therefore you don't want to rely on it too much to the point that your leg drive lacks in your main bench work. Also keep in mind your own characteristics on the lift. Are you the type of person who can handle a lot of volume on it? Well, then you may not need the extra skill practice that increased volume from self-limiting variations provides. But if you're somebody who gets quite beat up on a lift, your shoulder bothers you on bench, back issues on deadlifts, etc., you can do most or even all of your work with self-limiting variations in order to ensure you're getting enough volume in for skill practice. So that's basically it. Self-limiting variations are a good way to handle extra workload when your body can't handle more. Consider implementing them if you're on the low end of volume. I hope this video helps you make some more gains. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And thanks for watching.